Hello to the thousands out there watching and the millions waiting. Back for another day, another trading week. I don't know why, but I feel nervous today. So we're going to be very aware of that feeling and make the right decisions. ES and Nasdaq just sitting up pretty close to their highs. 50 points off the highs on Nasdaq. It's looking like it wants to start rolling over. Maybe not. I don't know. I plan on, unless we see something really good at open, we're just going to sit and watch it for a minute. Try to get a read on the day before we start looking for setups. I guess this is a potential long situation here, but I'm not getting into a long 6 minutes before open on a Monday and when we're this close to all-time highs. So we'll just wait and see. It's a bank holiday and there's no didn't look like there's any news today, so the last bank holiday, when we had normal trading hours, everything seemed pretty relatively normal. I like psych myself out thinking since it's a bank holiday, price is going to be weird, but let's wait and see if price is going to be weird or not. Since the open yesterday, so we gapped up 20 points at the open, went straight for all-time highs, little pullback, made all-time highs again at 3 a.m., pulled back, and then again at 8 a.m. I don't know if it's going to fill that gap or not. We'll have to wait and see, I guess. What's up, McLovin? I never know what it's going to do. We just need to be ready for it. I don't know if I would... I would look at the gap and think if we got a shorting opportunity up here, then we could target that. Or if the market comes back to that gap, that could be a potential long opportunity. We'll see. I feel like we get some sort of pullback today, but should we be looking for shorts if the market this whole month has just been ripping up? We're up 1,300 points from the lowest point this month. Oh well. We'll be watching the tick chart and Delta. Hopefully this will indicate what the market is wanting to do, and then we will ride it for a few points. Morning, Joseph. I'm not gonna trade this divergence. I'm just curious to see how it plays out, and that will kind of also. I think there's something, maybe potentially, to skipping your first setup, seeing if it works. I don't know. Could just be in my head. Doesn't necessarily mean the next one's gonna work, but. We can kind of get an idea of if maybe, Delta's going to be more in control today, or if prices maybe. We got 30 seconds. ES was at a decent spot for a long, it looked like 2, right at this point of control in all this consolidation. Got some pretty heavy selling coming in, but they did not drive the price down to this low just yet. It's not a guaranteed thing, but if we see that they can't get the price down there and we keep going higher, we can just take that into consideration. So I got heavy, even more heavy selling. I feel like that's going to catch up to price eventually. Jesus. See if they break this low at 267. ES is making its way up. I could also see us coming back up to close to this area on the 5-minute and then reversing. This is a tricky spot up at all-time highs like this. I'm going to take it, put a stop at the low down here, just with one entry for the time being. It's cool. And it sure looked like that was working out, didn't it? We had all that selling coming in. Couldn't quite get to that low. When buyers did step in, I figured that was an okay time to long, which it was. We had a reason for our entry. We had a place to put our stop. We obeyed our stop. This Delta still isn't looking long, still on the table. We got your sweep, McLovin. Sweeped me right out of my entry. I hope you're happy. We still got a divergence here. It just feels like they're moving price down way easier than the opposite. Curious to see if we take out this low before Delta does. We didn't get there. You want me to try along, or you're going to try along? Guess there is still some divergence going on, like looking back at just the whole overnight move. Got Delta way down here. If I draw that, this is just kind of straight across. I'm not, I just don't, I don't see anything over here yet that I like. You should be able to get 10 points. It tapped 84. It looks like they're moving price easier lower. There's got to be a different way of saying that. I sound like an idiot. That's frustrating. Heavy selling still coming in. We're about to be at that gap. It's at 250, between 230 and 250. Oh, we're at it right now. I didn't see any like divergences for a short. The only thing for shorts is that it looks like the path of least resistance right now. ES is back up at its high opening highs. What are you doing, ES? Damn, McLovin. What were you risking on that one? We came back into that gap. Got buying coming through. We got ES up at the highs. Up at its open highs. Oh, nice. Got break even. Maybe I should be looking for shorts. ES isn't wanting. ES is not looking to give up yet. Frick. think I need to switch. I'm like too focused on wanting to long for some reason. When how many times have I just said it just keeps wanting to go down easier than longs, and I need to look for a potential short then. Just about filled in that gap on Nasdaq, but ES has yet to even come down here. That makes me think that Nasdaq's just going to keep going, and if ES were to catch up, Nasdaq will just go pretty far. Now ES is going to go down. So just have tons of selling coming in. None of your business. I think I kind of do a little bit of both. Mostly the reversals. No, not necessarily. We could be trending up, and then if I see some selling coming through, but it's not aligning with what I'm seeing on delta and price, then I'll jump in along on that pullback. But I have taken some momentum trades, like I mean, should have just taken this short up here when I was talking about it. But just, yeah, just watching price action and basically order flow with this delta down here. Yeah, that name, none of your business. I was hoping we get a little pullback and we could see if there was a decent enough entry. ES is still pretty far from that gap. Well, 5 points. I mean, it's moved about halfway to. If we assume ES is heading there, then Nasdaq could keep going lower. What's up, David Snyder? All right, we had some buying here, little pullback. Let's see if. Just want to see how it reacts here. And maybe we could short this and maybe it will keep going. We barely made it past on the 5 minute all of this crap. It's up one stop. Let me Let me find a spot to short and then we can dump it. I feel like there's still room to go lower. Try right here. We can get out at the highs. ES is leaving town. Come on. Delta has not made it back to its lows, and price is. So I think that's a good sign. I would like to hold this for Delta to get all the way back to 0. We're gonna have to get out of this. Frick. I wasn't willing to let that shoot up that quick and back into the red. That, and of course it's gonna head back down now. What is ES doing? I blame this all on ES. God damn it. We break down these lows, we'll get in. Yeah, I've noticed that one stop they keep having a lot of out of sync days with ES, and I have gotten some decent trades though. I mean, based on everything else I'm looking at, sometimes it helps. What I'm wanting is ES to go after this gap from the open yesterday, because Nasdaq already is well past it. So if ES were to make its way down there, Nasdaq should just keep going. Maybe we'll go back down to 21,120. my Google thing just started answering something. Go. You gotta be kidding me. Okay, I'm not doing this today. We're not doing this today. I was a little nervous trading today, and with just being constantly red, I'm not going to keep trading. These are the days that we do heavy damage to accounts, and I don't do that anymore. So I'm going to take my red day and be happy with it. We haven't had a red day in 2 weeks. We went 9 green days and now 1 red day, and it's a very manageable red day. We're down 500. Which is absolutely manageable compared to the days, our green days. We've been like anywhere from $400 to $800 on green days. So if we keep our 1 red day every 2 weeks to 500, we're doing just fine. And look, it's just not my day. That's just what happens. That's trading. So we're just going to accept that and come back tomorrow. I started the stream saying I felt a little nervous today. I was like nervous about streaming, and I was nervous about trading. I was just nervous like today, and I don't know why I felt like that. Like it felt like I haven't traded on stream in forever. And I don't know if that's the actual like feeling I was having, but that's the only way I could explain it right now. But that's why I'm gonna stop and just leave that there. Tyler, you missed our first red day in the last 9 days, so it's not like, it feels like a bad thing, but what you guys are witnessing is something great. Stopping well before I have a daily loss limit set up on this account for minus 1,000, because it's a 150k account, and I think our drawdown is 5,000. So I figured worst case scenario, I need to be locked out at minus 1,000. So if I keep our red days at 500, you guys are looking at profitability right here. We can't have green days every day. So since we started streaming, this is day 2 of red, and I'm actually pretty pumped that it's $500 and not way more. I need to figure out, why was I wanting to long like this whole time? I kept wanting to long, even though I kept saying how much easier price is going low. It's going down so much easier. So why was I looking for longs? And then of course, by that time we've already started eating at our patience. And I just wasn't willing to hold a short when we finally did short. 2 times this short could have just held this, but I got out at break even. Well, a little better than break even, but we could have held that. And then the second one too. But at that point, damage had already been done to my psyche, so we gotta just stop there. I tried 2 longs that ended up being losers, even though I was thinking shorts were looking better. So I took 2 small losses with only like a third of my position this morning. And then when we finally did flip to shorts, I just wasn't dealing with 2 losses right off the bat on a Monday. I wasn't willing to hold on to the shorts that we did take. I don't remember that shit. It's like I can't obviously. Okay, first of all, I can't be green every day. I know you guys thought I was going to, but 2 red days in 2 weeks is not. I think that's pretty damn good. I can't one stop. Second of all, I think I managed my risk pretty good considering we were very wrong on 2 trades and we only used a third of our position. So those losses were small. By that time, I just wasn't going to be able to hold trades. So we did what we needed to do. And the best thing I can do is obviously just stop right now. My KD on Battlefield's very bad right now. Last night when we were playing, I think I was going negative every game. It was rough. I haven't played that in so long. But obviously, like 500 is nothing for this account, but I can tell I'm not. If I enter another trade and it's a loser, I'm going to be pissed. So I'd rather just stop now. And we'll come back tomorrow. I'm frustrated that I started off by saying I'm going to wait and see what the market's doing and let it tell us. It was telling us it was wanting to go lower. I said it's going lower so much easier than higher. Whenever there was buying on here, it was like struggling to go higher, but then once selling came through, it just easily went low. It would easily go down. That's when I should have said, okay, we're going to just look for a short. Instead, I was like, oh, I'll go for longs. Yeah, McLovin, I think I'll blame it on you as well because you were looking for longs too. You owe me a lot of points in the market. Was your long after I had a trade already? Yeah, I longed. I got stopped out, and then you longed. Only $6.90 a year. I want to stop. I also just want to put a short on with 4 contracts and just see if I can just hold it. God damn it. This is exactly what I wanted to happen. Red days definitely suck, but I mean, I have to accept them, you know? There's no way to avoid them. What if I just scale down to 2 contracts? Frick. I need to accept the day. It's only $500. I will do, if I were to take a winning trade and grind some of this back, that does more damage in the long term because I'm going to always think I can get back a red day when I need to accept a red day because you can't avoid it. So that's what we're doing. No, there's no way to there's no way to lock it with rhythmic. I mean, you can set a lock, but like you can easily go override it. And while I think a lockout is a good thing for people, me personally would rather force myself to have those skills and that discipline to leave the account alone. Like, I feel like if I had to rely on software to lock me out, then there's always that risk of blowing up when that lock is not available. So I know one stop, it definitely does, but we're going to do it. We had like we're doing perfectly fine. It's one red day. I've had nothing but green days. But before, my red days were like 2, 3, 4 times the size of my green days. Now it's not even a full, it's not even like we had like a couple $800 days last week. $500 is nothing. I probably could set up like a sim thing, but that's not that will be bad for me. Like I think my skills are like, obviously, I don't know how to say this without sounding like a dickhead. Like the skills I need to work on require accounts that matter. Like I think reading the charts, I'm doing fine. We wouldn't have had had so many green days in a row if I didn't know what I was doing on the charts. I can't do it like you can't read them perfect every day, obviously. Yeah, exactly. Like the emotional side is the side that I need to be actively working on while not straying too far or at all from what I'm doing on the charts. Because what I'm doing on the charts is obviously working. It's the emotions that always mess me up, and that's what we're working on this go around. What do you mean took you 1 year and 8 months? That's it? That's fast. I put myself in some very stressful situations that have held me back trading. Oh, same. I've been looking at the charts every day for a while. But for a long time, I avoided the emotional side of it and was extremely naive to how important that is. But now I know that's all there is. I think you could flip a coin every day to enter, long or short, and as long as you have good risk management, you could probably be profitable. Maybe. I don't know. Damn. What is it doing? God, why do we take red days so personal? Like I can tell myself this is the right thing I'm doing is is stopping, but like I'm like upset that I'm had a red day, even though you can't avoid it. It's not it, but it shows failure in other industries, but it's not a failure in trading. I'm about to, Joseph. I'm not sitting here watching these goddamn candles. I'm just trying to talk it out with you guys first. I know why today's a little harder than a couple weeks ago. Yeah, it all has to do with money. Like, these are all evaluation. Well, this is an evaluation account. What I haven't told you guys is that I was or am copy trading, and I do have a 50K my funded futures account being copied too. And when we looked at balances on Friday last week, that my funded futures account was pretty close to passing. So all weekend I was thinking how there's a potential I could pass that this week and get started on that 5-day their payout policy is just every 5 days, $200, blah blah blah, you can get a payout. So I was thinking that would be really nice and very helpful in this time, and I think that's what's affecting me today 100%. That's why I try to not look at the balances, but I thought looking at the balances once a week on a Friday would be acceptable just to see how we did during the week. But whenever there's a goal and I get close to it, that's when it starts affecting me. And that one was, I think that's affecting me today. But I just started that account last Monday. So it would actually be more impressive to pass it with a red day sprinkled in the mix instead of just all green days and passing it in a week. Joseph, I assume you're pointing out this divergence right here. I don't know exactly, but just like this little run up. If that's what you were pointing out, I don't know what to think about when it's like that, like when Delta makes a high but then price doesn't. Wait, never mind, I'm retarded. Never mind, just forget everything I just said. That's that was a good short, actually. So yeah, so that account was pretty close to passing, and this weekend I was thinking there's a potential to passing it today or tomorrow. So now having a red day, taking a step backwards, it freaking sucks, but I need to understand that that's okay and part of the game. Damn, kind of like a divergence in a divergence. Price wasn't able to get back above there, but this did. Delta did. And then on the pullback, price kind of made a high, but not really. Basically like an equal high right here. And then look at that delta down there. Much higher high within the pullback on that move. What a beautiful thing. Oh, maybe not. I don't know. All right, I'm going to go accept my day, no matter the outcome for you guys. I recommend you just accept the outcome as well and don't try to take control over it. And probably just play video games the rest of the day to try to distract myself from the markets. Minus 500. Can't complain. It's only half of what the daily loss limit is set, so we're gonna be okay. Don't you guys don't worry about me. I'll be fine. Joseph, have a good one. Okay, talk to you guys later.